Welcome everybody to the end of season 7 review, and I think this is the most fun review I am going to have done because it has been a really pleasing season, hasn't it? We are Vanarama National League champions. We're going up to League 2. Things are getting serious. The board have confirmed we are going to be a professional team, and we also won the FA trophy as well, which really put the cherry on the cake. It's just been, after a couple of tough seasons in the Vanarama National League, it has been such a fun season to play. And like I say, it feels like that point you get to in Football Manager where it kind of feels like you're really able to start taking strides forward. You know, the non-league is such a slog. It really feels like we can start moving forward now, hopefully getting something done with the infrastructure, improving training facilities, getting a higher quality of player in, and with any luck, starting to jump up the leagues pretty quickly. I think for us becoming a championship team, that would be the point where we would probably have to knuckle down and do a fair few years of building to get any further. But I think getting through League 2 and League 1 with the amount of promotion places available, I think it's something we've really got to aim for. But we've got to get the recruitment right this summer. Well, before we do that, let's look back then at the signings we made the last summer and the signings that took us through to the championship this season. Joshua Duffus came in, released from Brighton, amazing pace, a little bit finishing ability. 17 in 40 was probably a little bit disappointing, but he got 8 assists. He kind of dried up in goals by the end of the season. But, I mean, he was a good foil for James Price. I do think we need a better quality striker to take us forward this season. So I'm not planning to move forward with Joshua Duffus. I can't remember if he's out of contract or if we might have to put him on the transfer list. But also, I mean, he could probably do a decent job as a squad player. Scott Wilson came in after being released by Walsall. Of course, we had him on loan last season. We knew how good he was. He's another one that is not going to move forward next season because he has lost so much ability with the lack of training that we do. He really has tailed off in the second half of the season. He is not a League 2 defender anymore, I don't think. So I'm not going to be planning to keep Scott Wilson on, but he's been a great signing for us, a huge part of our promotion winning side. Another successful signing, as was Daniel Ngoma, who came in on loan from Accrington. He is out of contract at Accrington at the end of the season. I'm thinking I might just offer him a contract to keep him around as a squad player, as a squad central defender. I think he can certainly do a job when needed. His main strengths, he's very good at tackling, reads the game brilliantly, and he's got great jumping leap. So I think he could be a decent squad player. He's certainly not going to be a League 2 starter, but he can be a very good squad player. Pablo Martinez, a fantastic signing, came in after being released by Ebbsfleet, 7 goals from centre-back, absolutely wonderful. And I think with the fact I'm likely to let Josh Staunton leave, I think Pablo Martinez is a great contender for our new captain next season. Certainly a League 2 defender. Sam Ling, now 31, released from Wrexham, the right back. I think he can be a decent squad player for next season. I'll keep him around, but I will be looking for a starting right back in League 2. Tommy Reid broke the Vanarama National League record for clean sheets. Really good goalkeeper at non-league level. Is he good enough for League 2? He's another one of those that, if I can't find better, I am more than happy to have Tommy Reid around in League 2 next season. If I can find an upgrade, he may find himself being the backup next season. But he was another great signing. You can see pretty much all the signings this season worked out fantastically. Bailey Kadamari came in January, backup striker. Only cost us 160 a week. He is being released by Sheffield Wednesday. He's another one. Do I want to offer him a contract and have him in there as a squad player? I think he's got certain qualities. His aerial ability, his heading ability, is something that we don't have in the squad. I think he'd be a really good option off the bench. So again, hopefully we can see Bailey Kadamari here next season, but he wouldn't necessarily be someone that improves the first team. Samuel Agyapong, absolutely brilliant. Released by Manchester United, he was superb. 7 assists and 4 goals as the box-to-box midfielder. Wonderful player that can definitely play League Two. David Tatunda, released by Gillingham, he was fantastic as well. He won't be continuing. He is 32. He is losing physical ability, technical ability. Again, I think we need a new left back in League Two, someone that can really take us to the next level. So thank you, David Tatunda, for being part of an exceptional season. But we may not be seeing him again. Corey Roberts is being released by Port Vale. He was in on loan, did really well. I think, again, I would love to get him in to be a backup centre-back and also a backup right-back for the season to come. He'd be great. Jerome Colwell from Newport County, he was bought in when we were still trying to balance the books. He was basically the best available at the time. He didn't cost us anything, scored on his debut. Unfortunately got a long-term injury after that. Then we bought in Kadamari, found himself down the pecking order, didn't really get much opportunity. So yeah, probably not going to see Jerome Colwell again. Only made 10 appearances, didn't play a great part in the season. James Sheringham, a 6.97 rating, so supposedly not fantastic, but as a ball-winning midfielder, they don't get great ratings in this FM. So I think James Sheringham was excellent. He's got interest in him from other clubs. I think he's a great player who can definitely play League Two. And very much the same for Lamine Sharif. Cover for Sheringham, cover for Agyapong was absolutely fantastic in my mind. Really pleased with him. He's also a right back option as well. So, I mean, he might even end up being our starting right back next season. I think he's more than good enough to do that, more than good enough for League Two. So again, a really successful signing. Fran Hodgin, at 6.87, you could probably say is a bit disappointing in the end. But he got 3 goals and 7 assists in his debut season as a professional. He has got interest in him from Nottingham Forest. So he may not start next season with us. He may move on to Nottingham Forest. But if he brings in decent money, that would be absolutely fantastic. If he brings in some good money in the summer, I think we can live with that. And I think it's a similar story for Marinos Mikhail. Came in from Everton, made 13 starts, 19 sub-appearances. I think if he can develop, now that we're going to be full-time, if he can develop, I think he's got the potential to be a superb Football League standard deep line playmaker or number 10. I think he's got a bright future. It was a decent enough debut season without making himself an important player. It was a decent debut season from Mikhail. So I was pleased with him despite the fact that he maybe didn't have the greatest rating. A really good squad player and really good potential for the future. So the season results, obviously we won the league. The board are absolutely delighted. It was that huge winning run to start the season after we started with a 4-0 away defeat at Gloucester. We then had another decent winning run there through January and February. We managed to keep it going through March and into April, and then just April through to the end of the season, things did drop off. Just 3 wins in the last 9 games. In the last 8 games, 3 wins, 2 draws, 3 defeats. So we did tail off at the end. I think we can let our defenders have that, or our squad have that. They really ran out of gas at the end, but I think you have to say, I mean, they just had such a superb season before that really I can't have any complaints. I mean, we're a semi-professional team that was not expected to win the league, so got to be got to be happy. FA Trophy champions, that was absolutely wonderful. Just a really nice, as we said, cherry on the cake. What can you say? Just nice to leave non-league football having won that trophy, because it's been such an important trophy over the years. And the FA Cup, we made the second round, which again was pleasing in financial terms. Would have been nice to have gone further, but we pushed Fleetwood Town of League Two all the way to penalties in the second round. Yeah, can't complain. Happy with the way that season went. Match to remember was beating Forest Green in the FA Cup. League One Forest Green, we tore them apart at home. Hodgin and Martinez with the goals. Wonderful stuff. Biggest win was 5-0 against relegated Chelmsford. They were a poor team that had a poor season. And goal of the season was Liam Gibbs against Stockport. I think I remember this in the FA Trophy. Did we do this as a live com? I don't think we did. Let's watch these goals, because Liam Gibbs really did save us here. We were 1-0 down and Liam Gibbs made the difference. Have a look at these goals. Yeah, so we went behind early on and we were really struggling in this game. Obviously, Stockport, one of the better teams in the league. But then Liam Gibbs, look at that. Was that the goal of the season? I think when you see the next one, you won't be so sure. A wonderful free kick. I think the first one was his goal of the season, wasn't it? Let's have a look at the description. That first goal, it was a bit special, and it was, yeah, it was the first strike. Really pleasing goal from Liam Gibbs at that point. He had a little run of scoring 3 games in a row, I seem to remember. Let's have a look here. Now, how has our broadcast revenue gone down? That's a little bit disappointing. But in terms of everything else, I mean, we've just improved everything. The sponsorship, corporate hospitality, competition prize money was just through the roof. £134,000 won in the FA Cup, FA Trophy and the league. And the match day revenue well up as well. Again, shirt sales, 320. Is that the same as last season? I think it might have been the same as last season. James Price, Gibbs and Hughes, as you would expect. Duffus came in, as did Sharif, and they were both very popular shirts as well, so that's quite nice. We sold a lot of merchandise. It was just all round very pleasing. When you have a season like we had, you pretty much know that the financial side of things is going to go through the roof. Our favoured starting lineup was a really good team. I think Matonda, why is he not in at left back there? He was the starting left back pretty much all season, but we got Sparky there in that lineup. That's all right. I mean, you can see everyone apart from James Sheringham above a 7 rating, which is great to see. Just really great team we put together. We said at the start of the season, we just seemed to get everybody with the qualities we needed in the positions that we needed. Thomas Hughes, the fans player of the season. I love that. He is now our longest serving player. He's been with us since the Southern Premier League. Absolutely wonderful to see him. He was the top assister with 17, look, and he also now gets to become a League Two player, all with AFC Rushden Diamonds. Delighted for Thomas Hughes, a proper AFC Rushden Diamonds legend. Joshua Duffus, the young player of the season. Signing of the season, Tommy Reed. He was a great signing, brilliant goalkeeper for our level. Liam Gibbs got the goal of the season. James Price got 25 goals. Nice to see James Price finishing as I hope, the Golden Boot winner in the Vanarama National League. Thomas Hughes, 17 assists. Joshua Duffus, the most player of the match awards. That was all pretty much early in the season. He did kind of tail off at the end. But he had the highest average rating in the team, 3rd place in the Vanarama National League. Worst discipline, James Sheringham. He was sent off in the last game of the season, and that was his first red card, but he did have a lot of yellows. George Lloyd, the highest transfer fee received, and James Price, our fastest ever goal, 15 seconds into a game. We get Vanarama National League Manager of the Month 3 times. I expect us to be Vanarama National League Manager of the Year, having won the league and the FA Trophy. I'll be very surprised if we don't get that. So congratulations to us. And yeah, there you go. History in the making. So that's pretty much where we are there. There you go. The AFC Rushden Diamonds dared to dream. And thanks to a great run way back at the start of the season, their promotion dreams came true. Thank you, Hugo Davies of the non-league paper. National League champions, FA Trophy winners, AFC Rushden Diamonds owe everything to a fantastic start to the season that kick-started an unlikely promotion push. All in all, extremely pleasing. Let's have a look. So there you go. Only Tommy Reed getting into the overall best 11. How does that look now? Liam Gibbs is in there. James Price is in there. Thomas Hughes is in there. Outside of that, only Gabadebo from this season's team. Sam Blair still our best ever goalkeeper. Yeah, maybe a little bit surprising that having achieved so much this season, no one else has kind of forced their way in there. On the bench, we've got Tommy Reed, Omar Sawunmi, Isaac Smith, Jack Earing, Matt Butcher, Ravi Shamsi, and Joe Hardy. All right. Where are they now? There you go. So there you go. We've just seen the season review. We can be certainly happy with that. Another where are they now? A lot of exciting names there. Let's have a quick look. What did some of these guys do? Jamie O'Hara is an unemployed manager. And looking at his attributes, you can see why he's unemployed. King James, he is an assistant manager. He kind of doesn't look too bad, does he? I'm going to add him to the short list. We might bring him in the future with the youth team or something. I mean, he's no great shakes. Jordan Eli, he retired at 25, the young centre-back. Who else? Johnny Hurd. What did Johnny Hurd go on to do? He didn't become a staff member. He just retired. Who else have we got here? Some fantastic names. What's Jack Brown doing? Oh no, Jack Brown has retired as well. Another one that didn't find another club after leaving us. Another AFC Rushden Diamonds legend. Sad to see Jack Brown not still playing. That's a real shame. Did Ravi Shamsi retire? He did. So yeah, he didn't manage to find a new club either. Demalia Brown-Sterling, we know, retired. Tom Lorraine retired at 33. Another AFC Rushden Diamonds legend. Is Connor Furlong still playing? He's not. He retired as well. All of these players failing to find clubs after leaving us. The same for Sam Warburton. That's a little bit of a shame. There you go. What are the board expectations for next season? Let's have a look. What are we expecting? To work within the wage budget and, okay, fight bravely against relegation. So not really much expected of us. I think we can do a lot better than that. Hopefully we will. But there you go. That kind of takes the pressure off us. We have, of course, now got 4 more years. By getting promoted, we get a 2-year extension on our contract. So we've got 4 years now to really start to build in League 2 and hopefully beyond. There you go. Our team leaders. We haven't really ever looked at dynamics through the course of this save. Thomas Hughes, just through his longevity. Liam Gibbs and Josh Staunton have a lot of influence, which is strange in Gibbs' case because he's not a great leader. Sam Blair, highly influential, is on his way out. James Price will, of course, still be here. And then other influential players, Tatonda, Gabadebo, Sam Cornish, all of those 3 will be on the way out. And yeah, some of the new signings also there as influential players, so that's good. What shall we tell the players for next season? I think we know we've just got to go with what the board say. Let's go. Let's have a look. You've all done superbly to achieve promotion this season. I can assure you that you'll be given the chance to come back and help us avoid getting involved in a relegation battle. I'll be strengthening the squad. I think we can avoid a relegation battle. I don't think they're going to like that. Let's have a look. I've been encouraged by the way. Yeah. Let's have a... I really don't know what to pick here. You've done brilliant to go up, but we all know we'll be in for a tough season. I want you to know that I'll be sticking with you to fight as hard as possible to avoid a relegation. I think that's what we'll be looking to say, and yeah, they are all very pleased with that. Brilliant, just what I wanted to hear. It was probably a lie, to be fair, because yeah, we will need to strengthen quite a lot, won't we? But there you go, we send them all off on holiday, very happy with the situation, and we can now get ourselves into pre-season and sort of really see where we can develop this team. I am going to show you as they go off on their end of season break. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking. Well, first of all, transfers. I have confirmed some players coming in, and I will show them to you now. We have 3 players confirmed. 2 of them are being released by Manchester City, look, and 1 being released by Arsenal. I haven't been looking at other players. I just wanted to concentrate on winning the league and winning the FA Trophy. I will now get into looking through other players being released, but we've got a lot of interesting players coming up on our scouting reports, and I'm going to look through the big Premier League and Championship teams to see what players they're releasing, and hopefully we can put together an even stronger squad in League 2. But if we look at these guys, Anthony Dowling is coming in. He looks a superb right back. Technically, maybe not the most amazing in the world, but we are now going full-time professional, so hopefully he can develop. But I mean, he's got good tackling, good passing, acceptable marking, decent crossing and dribbling for a right back, and mentally he looks absolutely fantastic. Great decisions, bravery, aggression. He's a real leader, look, and great teamwork. His positioning will need to improve as a defender, but athletically he's a great athlete. 14 acceleration, 12 pace, 11 natural fitness, 11 agility, 15 balance. I think he looks a really, really good right back. So perhaps not good enough to be thought of as our starting right back, but certainly a very, very good addition to the squad and good potential for the future. And very much the same with Callum Armitage. 12 marking, 13 tackling, 10 passing. His crossing is decent. His first touch is acceptable. His heading is good. Again, he's athletic. Maybe not so much as the lad on the right hand side, but he's certainly athletic. And mentally, he is awesome. 12 positioning, 12 decisions, 11 concentration, 15 bravery. I think he can be our starting left back next season. I think he looks League 2 quality. I think he's an exciting signing to bring in. So that is very pleasing. But now look at this. Joaquim Melicio. Joaquim Melicio. Let's have a look and see where is he from. He is English, apparently. There you go. Does he have... with a name like that, does he have any other nationality? Angolan. All right, I wouldn't have thought that was an Angolan name, but there you go. Look at him as a central midfielder. Mentally, he's absolutely fantastic. Physically, he's absolutely superb. He can pass and tackle, which is what we haven't had from James Sheringham. And he's probably a better playmaker than Agyapong. So I think he is going to add a real great dynamic to our midfield. I think midfield is certainly the area where we're strongest. And I think we only get stronger with Joaquim Melicio. So I'm really, really excited about this guy coming in. He had championship teams interested in him. I think Swansea and Derby were looking at him. So I move fast. He is going to be a very high earner. But again, we're going to have to offer professional contracts to everybody anyway. So the wages are going to be going up, but I think he can be a superb player, and he's another one of these that if he can improve with full-time training, we could have potentially maybe a League One player on our hands here. So I think that is a great signing. Like I say, I do now have to get into looking at other players and really try and fill the squad out. The other one we're looking at here, Jonathan Woodgate, is available as a coach. He's obviously been a manager at Bournemouth at the start of this game. Since then he's been a manager at Morecambe and a manager at our big rivals Northampton Town. And now he's come available as a coach, and he's prepared to come in. I think we've offered him £825 a week. He's brilliant at motivating, brilliant at technical coaching, very good at working with youngsters. He's adaptable. He's good people manager. And he's decent at coaching defending as well as tactical. So he looks a really good, well-rounded coach. And because we're going up, we've got a space for another coach and a space for another scout. So I'll be looking to fill that scouting place. If we look at some of the other coaches that we've still got, of course, Gary Hazley, who is a 20 rated fitness coach, which is absolutely superb. We've got Jim Gannon, who is still superb, brilliant at working with youngsters, great tactical coach, another guy with Football League management experience, so really great to have him on board. Who else have we got? We've got Lloyd Dyer, who of course came in through the youth system, was originally an under-18 coach, and I moved him up to the first team. He might be the player to maybe move on in the future if he doesn't improve more. He's studying for his pro license, but yeah, he's kind of the more average of the coaches that we've got. Scott Reese, do you know what? I think I'm mistaken. It was Scott Reese who came in with the youth team and then just moved forward to the first team. He just seems to keep improving. 14 defensive coaching, 14 mental coaching, 14 working with youngsters, 17 people management. A really good coach. So yeah, I think we've got a couple of spots we can improve, but Scott Reese is certainly good enough to be a Football League coach. Pleased with him. And one of the first coaches we brought in, Jon Llewellyn, who, yeah, again, he looks decent enough, but maybe a little bit average to move forward, perhaps beyond League One or whatever. But I think we've got a Football League management team, really. And Chris Llewellyn, our assistant manager, you could argue he kind of looks the most average of the lot. Maybe we might look at a different assistant manager going forward. Would that be a bit tough to suggest? I mean, he's been with us all the way through all of our success, moving up the leagues. Would I want to move Chris Llewellyn on? I don't know. So there you go. We'll be looking at the staff situation. But just to finish off, this is what I'm looking at for our tactical setup next season. You can see I'm really thinking about a lot of changes in the first team. I think we can move forward with Tommy Reed in goal and Pablo Martinez at the back. I think Sheringham and Agupong are League 2 quality. With the other midfielders we've got coming in, I don't see any need to look at new midfielders. Thomas Hughes, I would love to give the chance to carry on as the inside forward on the left there, and James Price as the striker. But I think right back, left back, a centre back partner for Martinez, a number 10 and a strike partner for Price, I think are all positions I'm going to look to improve in the summer. And if we look at the bench I've got, as we look at our squad, I'm thinking I'd love to keep Corey Roberts and Ngoma around as the backup centre backs. Sam Ling, I think, can be the backup right back without any problem. Lamine Sharif in midfield. Mikhail and Gibbs, I think, are good enough to be squad players, as are Fran Hodgin and Bailey Tai Kadamatri. So we'll see if we get those 3 loan players confirmed. You can see that Fran Hodgin has got Nottingham Forest and West Brom interested in him. So it may be tough to hang on to him, but it's also going to be good if we can sell him. He's worth up to 160,000. I think if he's on a professional contract, that goes through the roof. You can see it's necessary to get that professional contract because he's really struggling with the part-time coaching now, losing ability in all areas, but still with so much potential and only 19, he can definitely improve a lot. But if we can get 160,000 in for him and maybe a sell-on clause and a friendly against one of those big clubs, that would be absolutely fantastic. On the way out, these are the players that I don't see moving forward with us. Tatonda, Sheaf, Wilson, Gabadebo, Sam Blair is already confirmed to go to the Irish League. Josh Staunton, the captain. Sparky, I don't think will be good enough. Same with Sam Cornish. Laurie Shaler, our third choice goalie. Again, he's one that I'd maybe like to keep around, but we'll see what happens with him. Duffus, I don't think is going to be good enough to be at the top of League Two. I think he's certainly a League Two quality striker. Could maybe be kept around as a backup striker. Patterson is going to move on, as I'm sure will Sam Taylor and Gary Roberts. So that's the way it all looks. There you go. We'll leave it there. We're more than half an hour into this episode, so I'm going to say goodbye to you. It's been a great season. There's loads and loads to do in pre-season, but first of all, the next episode I will be back just looking around the football pyramid and around Europe and the rest of the world, international football as well. We'll do a full episode of that before we then start to look at how pre-season has gone in our preparations for League Two. So that's where we'll leave it. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching a great season unfold. It was absolutely wonderful. Looking ahead to more good times in League Two next season, hopefully. If you've enjoyed this video, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you for the little look around the leagues tomorrow, and then Season 8 of Dog Turds into Diamonds. Thanks very much. We'll see you very soon.